What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's a Friday around, I think like 10 o'clock. It's already been a really productive day. I did a little yoga flow this morning after my exam. I had a med-surg GI exam. And to be honest, I haven't gotten my grade back yet, and it really could go either way. I feel like that with nursing exams, at least in my experience, it's always like I either failed that or I like did fine, because the questions are so like, something you'll notice or you already have noticed is that the classic thing in nursing exams is that like there are more than one right answer, but you need to pick the one that's the most right. That is not one of my strengths. I'm actually getting better at it, which is kind of surprising to me. I think half the battle of nursing school is just like learning how to take the tests and learning how to answer the questions and using like those clues to get your priorities right and all that. So I did procrastinate a lot in terms of studying for this exam. I feel like when CAPS restart, I have a hard time like kicking it into gear and like buckling down again. I had a week off for spring break, and then we came back and it was really sunny, and I was like, oh my God, we can actually be outside. So even though I had like a very chill week, I didn't study as much as I should have. Now I think I kind of got away with it on this one because I think I did okay on the exam. I mean, to be determined, I could have like totally failed it, but I don't really love the feeling of going into an exam knowing that I probably could have done more. So I'm hoping that I can take this as a lesson and like not do that again. And like I said, like after that, I just decided to do like a little yoga flow. I think it was literally like 15 minutes. I used to be so strict about my workouts that wouldn't count, but now I'm just trying to focus on like moving my body and, you know, being active, especially being in quarantine. I sit a lot. Like I wake up and come downstairs to work on schoolwork, and I either sit on the couch or like sit at the table, but it doesn't matter, like I'm sitting all day. So I feel like even a little yoga flow is super beneficial just to get the blood flowing. And then I got ready and now we're here together. It's a Friday, so I don't really have class, but I usually have exams. And then it's a lot about catching up on things that I have maybe due next week. I have a few assignments due Sunday that I've already done, but usually, you know, that's what I do during Fridays. And next week is Easter, and my school gives Easter off, so that is going to be a really chill week. But the week after that, I have a 12 on Monday, an exam on Tuesday, an 8-hour shift on Wednesday, an exam on Thursday, and an exam on Friday. And that in addition to regular class as well. So I have classes Tuesday and then all day Thursday. So that is going to be the most intense week I've had yet. I've never had 3 exams in 1 week. So the goal is, speaking of not procrastinating, is to get as many of my study guides done this weekend so that next week I can focus on spending those days off reviewing for those exams. So I have lab on Monday, but other than that, I'm pretty much free, and I feel like the best use of my time will be to study for those exams. And the good thing is that I can still take some time to relax. So like I'm trying to find that balance to keep myself from getting burnt out. The last cap, I really got burnt out. I was tired all the time, you know, not feeling very motivated. I was really feeling like the full intensity of nursing school, and you know, I have about a year left of this, and I just need to be able to find a balance. So for days like today, you know, I took my exam, I did a little bit of work, but I also did a yoga flow and I got ready, and I'm actually about to go get a smoothie bowl, just, you know, a little Friday treat. So I stepped on Olive's toes. Oh. So Olive gets it. And then after my smoothie bowl, but you guys are knocking you over. And then after I go do, I'll scoot back, there we go. after I get my smoothie bowl, I'll probably come back and work on some stuff and try to get organized for next week and just like see what I've got going on. I have these 3 exams. One is in peds, one is in med surge, and the other is OB. So my 3 classes. And I'm living like week by week right now, so I don't exactly know what they're all about. And I should do some of my peds notes, but can you hear how winded I am from standing up? Maybe I should be doing something more than yoga. Oh gosh. That is what I'm doing today. I'm gonna go get my smoothie bowl because I'm starving. From that smoothie bowl. But I'm just sitting here and I'm watching my best friend's latest vlog.
Spin classes. I use the Peloton app. I don't have a Peloton bike. I really need to get one though because I'm like all legs. So the seat actually doesn't go high enough, but it's a great bike. I think anyone...
Her channel is Mez on the Move, and she's a med student in New York City, and I honestly love watching her channel, not only because I don't get to see her as much as I wish I could, but I love learning about med school, and she just got to scrub in for the first time, which I'm really, really jealous about. I wish that in nursing school we had like an OR rotation, because while I don't think I'd want to be a scrub nurse, I would love to do a clinical in the OR because I just am fascinated by surgery and I just would like love to see it. I would love to scrub in. So I like watching her like stuff and seeing her weeks because I feel like, I don't know, I get to see my best friend like a little more often. But you guys should go check her out. Now I'm done procrastinating. I'm gonna do some work. Like, please raise your hand if you have ever had to do a prep U. If you know what I'm talking about, let me know in the comments below. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I've mentioned these before, but prep U is this thing that comes like with my book. And it's these practice quizzes for each chapter. As part of the med-surg class, and actually all the classes, we have to do these prep U quizzes and reach a certain mastery level. Like we have to reach level 5. So you have to take like at least 5 of these quizzes per chapter, and it just takes like forever. So I'm gonna try to get a bunch of those out of the way because I don't want to do it. This is like a lot of what online nursing school looks like. It's just a lot of messing around with all the little features in my book. Also, let me know if you've ever seen a Picmonic because I'd love to hear your thoughts on the Picmonics. Little update. I feel like I have a lot to tell you guys. As you might know, this is my 2nd degree and my 1st degree was in journalism. So I have about a year left in my program. I mean, not even a year at this point. I'm more than halfway through my program and I graduate in December. Probably take the NCLEX in January and, you know, then hopefully get a job. I am thinking as of right now that I'd like to get a job in OB somewhere. I am not loving my med-surg clinical, but that's a story for another day. And so I have started to kind of think about and not worry, but, you know, just wonder about applying to jobs and how it's gonna look on my resume that I really have no other experience other than this accelerated program. And I know that some of you also are doing accelerated programs coming from a degree that has nothing to do with healthcare. So that might be on your mind as well. I've been thinking about getting a job and I would really like to work in OB. Those jobs are fairly competitive. It depends on where you are, but around here, they're competitive. They're in high demand. And so one thing I did was I reached out to a hospital that's near me and they have like a nursing student career, like, how would I even describe it? I just like signed up to be on their list for like volunteers and like nursing student opportunities. And someone who works in their hiring department reached out to me and I set up a call with her for this afternoon. And I'm basically just gonna talk to her about my fears about being hired and like you know, maybe not phrase it that way, like I'm scared no one's gonna hire me, but instead I'll, you know, just let her know, like ask her what would make me an appealing candidate for their OB program. If you're at all like concerned about getting a job after you graduate from your nursing program, reach out to the hospitals in your area, see if you can talk to a hiring person and see what they're looking for, like an informational interview. Those can be extremely helpful, and then you have someone to reach back out to when you apply and let them know, hey, I applied, I submitted my resume for this position, and then maybe they can like move it to the top and get you an interview or something. And the other people to rely on are the nurses that you meet in clinical. So if you're in a hospital that you absolutely love, on a floor that you absolutely love, talk to those nurses that are on that floor and ask them how they got the job. Ask them if they like it. How long have they been working there? What kind of program did they do? You know, you can use them as a resource to kind of see what that floor might be looking for. You know, when there's a will, there's a way. Like, don't get discouraged if your path isn't exactly like other people's. Just gotta stay in your own lane and do your own thing. And if you want it, then you should go for it. And nothing should stand in your way, especially not yourself. Back from our walk with our little skinny margs to go. Basically, I just wanted a drink that had tequila in it, so I took anything kind of citrusy from my fridge and put it in this container and then called it a skinny marg. It has been so nice out and the days are just getting longer. It's almost summer. I'm in such a good mood. Honestly, it's been like a huge shift from the winter. I feel just like completely different and just so happy. To report back on my call, I had my call with that hospital recruiter, and if you have any doubt in your mind about getting a job, if you kind of know what you're looking for, and I kind of take it back, it's like whether you have worked in healthcare before or not, I would highly recommend doing something like that. So if you can get on a call for just an informational interview with someone at your local hospital network or the hospital that you might be interested in working at. And that could even be, I know I said someone who like recruits, but you could also use someone that's like a nurse on a floor that you met during clinical. If you just follow up and ask them to like get coffee, then when you submit your application, they can be like, hey, this person submitted their application, I've met them, they're not a serial killer. And then hopefully you can get in there for an interview instead of just being passed over, because a lot of resumes are going to look the same. I found it super helpful to talk to her. She kind of reassured me about my other degree, and that even though it's not in a healthcare field, that, you know, it can still work to my advantage, or it still counts in some way and stuff like that. And she kind of helped me think about the next couple of months and what to look for and what to do. And now she's a contact at this hospital that I can reach out to for resume help if I need it later on. And when I apply for the rotational program that I'm looking at, I will email her and I'll let her know that I applied so that she can give them a heads up. Now I'm on to making dinner. We're making patatas bravas, which I wish I could say better. I can't have any kind of accent ever, but it's one of my favorite dishes. I think they're from Spain because I know that's a popular Spanish tapas, but I might be incorrect. If you know, let me know. It's one of my favorite things. So like the brava sauce is, I think it's like a chipotle sauce. I don't know. It's delicious. That's what it is. Okay. Yeah. It's like a smoky paprika sauce. At least this one is in this recipe. So this is what the recipe looks like. They're so good. Like literally bury me in this sauce and it just goes over crispy potatoes. I think I'm gonna do it in the air fryer, which obviously are not gonna be like restaurant fried potatoes, but I think it's gonna be pretty close. And then there's also a garlic aioli. So that's gonna be really good. So basically, saucy potatoes, and I'm gonna make a salad and maybe some guac and like rice and beans. I don't know, we'll see. But I'll show you the final product when I'm done. And then that's gonna wrap it up for today's video. So if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe because I put up a new video every single Monday. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next week. Bye.